Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio-exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Here are 6 quick stories that we're following today, and thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. First, the markets came very close to reaching all-time highs yesterday and still seem to be moving in that direction as the China-U.S. trade talks seem to be going reasonably well. At least that's the sense of it. Second, there's this great concept and criticism that Fed Chairman Powell somehow or another controls interest rates. And you have to understand what he controls and what he doesn't control. What he does control is the Fed funds rate, which is the rate that the U.S. lends to banks at. What he's not control is market demand for U.S. bonds. And ultimately, market demand for U.S. bonds is based on the risk of those bonds and also based on the debt that we have outstanding, which leads to more risk in those bonds and a lot more. So this concept of constantly people blaming Chairman Powell for interest rates is just wrong in terms of long-term what the U.S. has to pay its borrowers. That's really based on a lot of market conditions and how bad the condition of the U.S. is. Third, the IPO markets are reopening. A company called Circle went public. This is good news for the markets. It's good news for private equity funds, provides another type of exit opportunity. The downside is so much of the IPO markets are focused around technology companies. So if you're not truly a technology company, you still might have plenty of trouble. Fourth, Elon Musk says he went too far in some of the Trump texts. Again, Elon is somewhat of a manic type of guy. I think fascinating. We'll see how this plays out, but just absolutely fascinating to see him walk back some of his comments, and we'll see where that goes. Just absolutely fascinating. The next story we're following today, Intel jumped nearly 8%. Their CEO, Lip Bhutan, seems to know what he's doing, and that's been a long time since they've had somebody who's not just a political who actually knows what they're doing. He seems to be highly focused on chip dominance, a great lesson there for any company who's thinking about what they're trying to do. Sixth, hospital stocks tanked this week on concerns about the big, beautiful bill. Hospital executives are very, very concerned about this bill, and we'll see how it goes. Finally, lastly, a PS I'll talk about is we talk about in a different podcast 3 of the big losers this year. The Big Loser used to be the name of a TV show where they talked about trying to lose weight. I'm going to talk here about Stellantis, which is Chrysler Jeep, Abercrombie and Fitch, and Trump Media and Technology Group. All 3 of those companies dropped more than 50% over the last 52 weeks, with Stellantis being the worst of those 3. Again, thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Thank you very, very much.
Running a business is hard work. Building your website shouldn't be. With Wix, you can express your ideas, give direction, then leave the heavy lifting to AI. From site creation to branded content and images. Have fun with the details. Customize what you want the way you want. And manage your whole business from a centralized dashboard with expert AI tools. Build, scale, and enjoy the incredible results. You can do it all yourself on Wix.